Imagine walking through an international airport carrying a suitcase packed with hundreds of thousands of pounds in cash. Not declared. Not reported. Not questioned. Now imagine doing it again and again for nearly 2 years while airport staff quietly help you pass through security. It sounds like the plot of a crime thriller. But according to investigators, this was a real operation that moved almost £30 million from the United Kingdom to the United Arab Emirates. What began as a sophisticated money-smuggling network eventually unraveled into a story involving corrupt insiders, luxury lifestyles, organized crime, missing cash, threats, and even a terrifying shooting at a family home. Today we're breaking down one of the most shocking cash smuggling operations uncovered by British authorities in recent years. And the most surprising part? One of the people accused of helping make it happen worked directly at an airport check-in desk. Before we begin, if you enjoy true crime investigations, criminal psychology, and real-world cases, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future documentaries. Let's get into it. According to investigators, the operation ran between late 2017 and late 2019. Authorities say the network was designed to move enormous amounts of criminal cash out of the UK and into Dubai. The money allegedly came from various criminal enterprises operating across northern England. Instead of transferring funds through traditional banking channels, the organization reportedly relied on a much simpler method. They physically transported the cash. Suitcases became moving vaults. Couriers were recruited to carry luggage packed with banknotes concealed beneath clothing and personal belongings. Each trip could involve several suitcases loaded with cash. The destination was almost always the same: Dubai. Investigators believe a UK-linked organizer based in Dubai coordinated much of the operation from overseas. The alleged organizer is currently facing separate legal proceedings and cannot be identified publicly. Authorities claim instructions were passed down through trusted associates who collected cash from criminal groups before arranging international flights. The system appeared simple. Collect the money. Pack the suitcases. Board the aircraft. Land in Dubai. Declare the cash upon arrival if required under local procedures. Repeat. Again and again. But moving millions of pounds through major international airports presents obvious risks. A single inspection could destroy the entire operation. That's where investigators say an insider became critically important. Authorities allege that Emma Ralph, an airline check-in employee working at Manchester Airport, used her position to help cash-filled luggage pass through the airport system. According to court proceedings, suitcases exceeding baggage limits were allegedly allowed through without attracting the level of scrutiny they normally would. Prosecutors argued that this assistance reduced obstacles for couriers transporting large amounts of money. When Ralph was not personally working, investigators say she communicated with colleagues and provided guidance intended to keep the operation moving smoothly. In essence, authorities claim the criminal network gained something incredibly valuable: access. Because in organized crime, insiders can sometimes be more important than money itself. The operation reportedly became so successful that couriers made repeated journeys between the UK and Dubai. Some participants traveled dozens of times. Authorities say several members declared millions of pounds in cash after arriving in Dubai over multiple trips. Meanwhile, investigators allege that those participating in the scheme enjoyed significant perks: luxury accommodation, high-end restaurants, nightclubs, beach clubs. The lifestyle projected an image of success and exclusivity. But beneath the glamour was a dangerous reality. The money being moved was allegedly connected to serious criminal activity. And criminal organizations rarely tolerate mistakes. The first cracks appeared when law enforcement intercepted substantial amounts of cash during separate airport seizures. In one case, authorities discovered more than £700,000. Those seizures triggered deeper investigations. Once investigators started connecting names, travel records, communications, and financial evidence, they began building a much larger picture. What initially appeared to be isolated incidents gradually revealed an international network. Then something happened that exposed the darker side of the operation. In 2018, investigators say more than £400,000 in criminal cash was collected and temporarily stored inside a vehicle parked outside a family home. Before the money could be moved, it disappeared. Someone broke into the car and stole the cash. Just like that, hundreds of thousands of pounds vanished. For legitimate businesses, a theft might result in insurance claims and police reports. For criminal organizations, the consequences can be far more severe. According to evidence presented in court, suspicions quickly spread among those involved. Questions were asked. Trust evaporated. The missing money created tensions throughout the network. Investigators say those connected to the operation were pressured to prove they had not taken the cash themselves. Then the situation escalated dramatically. A gunman reportedly opened fire on the family home connected to the incident. Bullets struck the property. One round penetrated the front door. Others smashed through a living room window. Thankfully, nobody was inside at the time. But the message was unmistakable. In criminal networks, financial losses can trigger violent consequences. The shooting illustrated how quickly a money laundering operation can transform into a threat to innocent lives. As investigators continued examining communications, travel histories, and financial movements, they identified additional participants allegedly involved in collecting, transporting, and coordinating cash deliveries. Authorities say members of the network gathered funds from multiple locations across northern England before arranging transportation to Dubai. Some participants allegedly traveled repeatedly over extended periods. Others were accused of handling logistics and communications. Investigators also examined digital messages that they believe revealed instructions, planning discussions, and coordination efforts among those involved. Eventually, prosecutors brought charges against multiple individuals connected to the operation. Some defendants pleaded guilty. Others denied wrongdoing and faced trial. Following a lengthy court process, several individuals were convicted for their roles in the scheme. Sentencing hearings are scheduled separately through the courts. The case highlights a growing challenge faced by law enforcement agencies worldwide. Modern money laundering doesn't rely on a single method. Criminal networks use cash couriers, shell companies, cryptocurrencies, international transfers, and complex financial structures to move illicit wealth across borders. Investigators say billions of pounds in criminal proceeds circulate through international laundering systems every year. That money can originate from drug trafficking, fraud, organized crime, and other serious offenses. Authorities argue that disrupting these financial networks is often just as important as arresting criminals themselves. Why? Because money fuels criminal enterprises. Without access to profits, criminal organizations lose the resources needed to expand operations, recruit members, and maintain influence. In this case, investigators believe nearly £30 million was moved before the network was exposed. What appeared to be a seamless operation eventually collapsed under the weight of seizures, evidence, and law enforcement scrutiny. And it all serves as a reminder that even the most sophisticated criminal schemes can unravel when investigators start following the money. The individuals involved have gone from luxury travel and high-end lifestyles to courtrooms and criminal convictions. A dramatic fall that demonstrates a simple reality. The bigger the operation becomes, the harder it becomes to keep hidden forever. What do you think was the biggest mistake made by this network? Was it relying on airport insiders? Making too many trips? Or simply becoming too confident that they would never get caught? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this true crime documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next investigation. This video discusses allegations, court proceedings, and convictions reported by authorities. The purpose is education, journalism, and public awareness. Crime may appear profitable in the short term, but real-world cases consistently show that illegal activities often lead to severe legal, financial, and personal consequences. Always.